Music Familia Productions. World premiere.
You'll never get the best of me, I'm anti-everything. You'll never get the best of me, I'm anti-everything.
Ant-Man and his intern Siobhan also bring you so much more than that. Live, local, from Ant-Man HQ Studios every Tuesday and Thursday. Starting now.
Oh, man. What's going on, Siobhan?
Not too much, except I can't hear you in my headphones.
You can't hear me. You're always forever can't hear me.
Maybe it's because you don't talk loud enough.
I don't talk loud enough because I don't get paid enough.
Well, I don't know what to tell you about that.
Right. What's going on, girl? Can you hear me now?
No. Yeah, that's a little better.
A little better. Oh, God. How about now?
Hey, I can hear you. How about that?
Yeah. Yay.
Did you turn the mic on? Hey, now I can really hear you.
Right.
Oh, you figured it out. Good job.
Oh. See, you're just not smart enough to be trained to be able to do this yet. So, that's the problem. We're hanging out with Organic Bandits. What's going on, boys?
What's up? What's happening?
Oh, man. So, your mic's live there yonder. Yonder.
Down in Chattahoochee.
What?
Over there.
What is going on, fellas? Welcome to AntmanVs, and thanks for coming and hanging out with me tonight.
And thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Long ass drive up here, but it was worth it.
Where are you guys from?
Clinton County, Wilmington, Sabina. It's about an hour and a half south of here.
Hour and a half south.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sabana.
Who's got the sound? Can you hear the sound?
What sound?
Can you hear me? Can you hear
I
me
can
now?
hear V.
Check.
Right.
Check.
I can hear you.
Check.
Oh, hey. So that's the Facebook video we just
Oh,
posted.
so it was
Oh, it's
you.
your cellular device
It's
going
my
off.
cellular device going off.
Oh, shit, damn. I better check mine.
Wow.
Yeah,
I thought we had to turn them off before
I
we
thought,
came.
wait,
Yeah.
see, that's pretty.
Now, how'd you know that? And why didn't you fill me in?
I don't know. I think it's
You
just
asshole.
common courtesy. You know, you set your cellular device off.
Well, yeah, move it then.
Well, that's true, but
All right. Right on. I got my.
100,000 people gonna be hitting us up.
We are, right? Man.
Yeah.
All for, like, recipes and shit. Like, I get recipes. You guys get, like, text phone calls from people, like, for crazy shit. That it's no longer the whole concept of, can I get some sugar for my Kool-Aid? It's always like, can I borrow your car?
Or you mean like when
Can
your
I-
mom shows up and takes your truck at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
so,
that happened last Friday.
So what, can I ask what happened with that?
My mom stole my truck.
She gave it back.
She gave it back just like it was. A little bit less gas, but we ain't sweating it.
Didn't press charges.
She did let my wife use her car, but it was a mess. But yeah, my mom did come steal my truck the other night.
Wow.
She's a good
Damn.
woman now. She's just a little nutty and squirrel shit, you know.
Love it.
That's about how it is, though. Like, I think everybody's got a family member that is that. Exactly.
I got a whole family of them. I mean,
Yeah. So we are hanging out live with Organic Bandits. What's going on, Siobhan?
Not too much. I got my shirt taken care of, so now it fits
Playing with a
appropriately.
knife before the show.
Hey, you know, you
Quite
got to do what
interesting.
you got to do. It's that whole I got boobs thing, and they don't make them for boobs.
You know, the one thing that I always
Yeah, we
get-
don't have boobs. So
We're-
we
we're
don't.
gonna-
We do not account for that.
we
Sorry,
do have
ladies.
pink shirts cut
Sorry,
for boobs,
ladies,
so just
you
so
know.
you know.
That's
Right.
okay. I don't care for pink, so
Right.
Right. There you go.
that's why I accommodate.
Jesus. Holy cow. I want to give a shout out to everybody who's tuned in right now live in the YouTube Rocky XTV. I want to give a shout out to you.
Absolutely.
What's up,
And-
Rocky?
Absolutely.
And our girl Cheryl is hanging out with us. Just want to say hi to my nephew Josh, and she loves you.
Who's that from?
Right there.
Which
I
Josh
can't.
is it?
I
We're
can't
both
see it.
Josh.
Yeah. You got the double Joshes.
Yep, I know.
Oh, that would be mine.
Hi.
I can't believe you're watching. But, yeah.
Good looking out.
Love you
Thanks for the
too.
support.
Yep.
So, just so you guys know, man, you guys are live hanging out with Organic Bandits. We're going to be hanging out with you guys all the way till 10 o'clock. Our man, Ricky Wolf, is going to be hopefully coming in to talk about some of the new shows that he's got going on and some of the fun badassness that is music going on at Muddy Creek. We gotta get you guys over to Muddy Creek, man. I think you guys would have like
It's
fucking
in the
stellar
works.
time.
It's
I think
definitely
we
in the
can-
works.
We can make it
We will be
possible.
hanging out and mingling around at the Lax show.
Yeah.
But we're not going to be performing, but we will be in the house for sure.
Make sure you guys take
Right.
plenty of merch and plenty of info about where you guys are going to be at next, man. And these boys got tickets to a live show coming up, and they're going to be talking about that live in the show as well. And they got some awesome merchandise, stickers, all kinds of fun stuff. Where can they find more information about you guys in between the commercials?
Organicbandits@gmail.com.
Microphone there, V.
Organic Bandits. Check.
Jay.
Check. We did it before the show, but I ain't got my headphones on, everybody.
Yep,
so,
you're good, man.
you know, and I'm a loud talker anyway, so, you know, organicbandits@gmail.com on Facebook. Joshua Vandermark, that's me, V. Try to leave Josh alone as much as possible, unless you're like, you know, family or friend oriented like that. So just
It's
come through
nothing
me.
personal.
Nothing personal. He's got to write. He's got to, you know, write the words, write the lyrics that everybody listens to. So, you know, but
Hit V up. He'll
Hit
sell
me
you
up.
whatever you
hit
want.
me up.
Hey, Siobhan, so what are you talking about tonight?
Oh, I got a couple of things. Let's see here. Orgasms, sex dolls, and sperminators.
Hey, we showed up to the right show.
Wait a
We had
minute.
no idea
My
that
wife's
was
gonna
going
think
on.
I planned this
Had
show.
no idea that was going on. No idea.
So we have a brand new douchebag criminal set up tonight,
We do.
and I think it's gonna make everybody like proverbially vomit. I really do. I think we picked some good ones.
Yeah,
But
but I can't give those away just yet.
They are funny.
in the
They are.
in the interest of, you know, I guess the music Familia, I want to make sure I tell you guys, go over and see some of our sponsors, man. Some of the sponsors that we have at the show are awesome health wise, and
Oh, yeah.
not only healthy, but a lot of the sponsors that we have benefit local community.
Yes.
So I think it's really important you guys go over there check them out. And Columbus Botanical Depot is one of those. Go over and give our man Joe a call, 614-407-4420. And CBDHempHealth.com is probably the best informational website you're going to find about CBD and about all that fun jazz. And we'll be talking a little bit about that throughout the show as well, kind of get you guys informed about that. And V, we're going to be talking about our history, man, and like how far
Yeah,
we go back. We go back a
definitely,
ways.
definitely.
So
It's
we'll
been
be
some
talking
years.
about that. And I don't know, man. Stay tuned. Check out Raw Designs, designsbyraw.com, one of our graphic design sponsors as well for the show. And check him out. Let him know. I'm getting over this sinus fucking infection, dude. Like, I'm starting to sound like Affleck.
I almost didn't want to come because I thought you was going to get me infected.
Like, yeah, so
Really?
like I did my antibiotics, and I'm like
bugaboos.
3 days into that shit. So I'm ready to rock, man.
You sound
So
all right, so I think we're good.
Right, that's what I said.
I got the Affleck thing going on a little bit, so
Right.
but I'm pretty blown away by this whole new experience for the new show. So we're gonna get this right here for you guys, brand new stuff called Blown Away. We'll be right back after this.
back and watch us burn it down again. Kiss by kiss, going up in flames with the memories becoming ash, caught up in a breeze, then they're blown away. Kiss by kiss, going up in flames with the memories becoming ash, caught up in a breeze, then they're blown away. Down again, kiss by kiss, going up in flames with the memories becoming ash, caught up in a breeze, then they're blown away. Kiss by kiss, going up in flames with the memories becoming ash, caught up in a breeze, then they're blown away.
We're back. What's going on, Music Familia? How's it going?
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm okay.
What's going on, Josh? Hanging out with us live.
You gotta talk into the microphone.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
it.
You guys
Is
gotta
that
get
right?
used to
Is
it,
that
man.
Good? Check.
I know-
Check.
yeah,
Much
check,
better.
Check.
I know you're not used to it, my man. I
Definitely
know.
not. Definitely not.
We're working on it though. So we're hanging out live with Organic Bandits, and man, you know, the first song that I got from you guys was basically, you know, shoot your local heroin dealer.
How many?
Pretty
Like,
much.
and it's big. It's how many, but I love that title so much better.
Well, the title was gonna be Heroin When It's Not Homegrown, but I couldn't make it look good on the artwork.
I totally
so I
understand.
made it back to how many. I'm like, ah.
Right.
So how long has the band Organic Bandits been together?
The band, all right. The Organic Bandits was a hip hop duo that I started in 2006. We played all the way throughout 2010, 2011. We were offered a distribution deal through Latin Thug Records and some other things, and you know, this became that, and we fell apart. Took some time apart and quit doing music. And, you know, reprioritized everything. Got my life straight with my wife and my kids, and you know, and well, then I started doing shows. September of last year? What, even a year ago now?
Mm-mm.
And I hit my drummer up. I'm actually a drummer friend at the time. He's my drummer now. And I'm like, look, I'm going back out doing some shows. You know, it's just me rapping over a beat at the time, and you want to play live with me just to make it better. And we've
Yeah.
done a few shows like that, and the whole time we're steadily looking for a band that would play my music, you know. But once we got the band, we're like, piss on the old music. You know,
Yeah.
let's do something new.
Right.
And the new sounds is completely different than anything I listen to. I mean, if you go and look at my playlist compared to the rest of the guys in the band, it's completely different. But when we come together, I mean, it's magical.
Man, one of the other songs that I have, and I actually have 3, and V, you shipped them to me like crazy fast. You were like, hey bro, so I got this music, you need to hear it, and I'm sending this shit to you like right now. What's an email? And I
Yeah.
was like, all right, cool. So I opened up the email, and you know, man, I'll admit, you never know what you're gonna get when you get an email. Like, you never know. You're always like, oh fuck, is this gonna be that?
And you're going to get a bunch doing what you
I wouldn't
do.
send
And
you one of
I-
them emails, man. You know, one of them. Oh
And-
man, what? No, I wouldn't do that.
No,
to
I
you.
know, I
You
know.
know.
But
I mean, not unless it was really, really bad, but you know, probably not.
we've talked about it like so much, man. I think we've talked about so much music over the time of being friends that, you know, what's interesting to me is being able to open up an email, and in the first couple seconds you're like, good, bad, ugly, or hell no. And then there's some that I get from my friends that really, dude, humbled and totally like blown away by the fact that some of my friends are like, "Hey, would you really check this out?" You know, and those people, when they hit me up and they're like, "Hey, I want you to listen to this," I like, all right, cool. I gotta find a ritual, sit down. Like usually it's coffee or something in the morning, like whatever, fresh listen type of style, you know. But Josh hit me up and was like, "You need to check this out, like right now, like now."
That's
I was
why
like,
he's
all
the
right.
best.
Right, yeah. And I was like, all right, dude. So I sat on it for a minute, and I was like, all right, 15 minutes goes by, and I'm like, all right, dude, this show needs to get over. So as soon as the show was over, I put that in, and I checked it out. I was like, oh, yeah, let's go on next show. And Siobhan over here, she was like, oh, yeah. She's like, what is that? What is that? And what do you think? What do you think?
I liked it. I thought it was great. I like hearing something different, and it's definitely different, without a doubt.
One of the hugest things, man, I have to say, dude, about Organic Bandits, you guys are pretty raw, pretty real, like, you know, and if you didn't know, now you know. Like, that's kind of the way I think about it. What does it take for all you guys to be able to coexist, to be able to make it happen?
As a band, you mean, as far as musically?
Yeah.
Well, basically, they make the music, I write the lyrics. And, you know, everybody plays their respective parts. They come up with a song. And wherever that song takes me, you know, sonically and, you know, with my the way I write the lyrics, the way I lay them out, I just go with it. We don't sit down and say, well, we have to write this style of song, or, you know, we have to do this kind of song. Just whatever comes, if we're feeling it and everybody's feeling it. And we're all seasoned enough that we know. You know, we know if something's going to catch or if it's just shit, we need to move on.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's just basically they create the music and I write the lyrics and we just rock the show.
It works.
And it works. It really does.
It really works.
How long do you guys usually sit on a song before you're like, you know, I'm going to keep it or I'm going to dump it?
We know within the first probably 15, 20 minutes of messing around with the riff, which is normally where they start. You know, we know if it's going to be something we're going to build on or not. We may not work on it right then, but, you know, we'll give it some kind of stupid title where, you know, play this, and we'll remember it. And there's still some songs now that...
Number 2.
Yeah, number 1.
Well, that was number
2.
5. That was number
Even live
7.
shows right
They
now,
had me.
but-
I didn't even know what the name of the song was, where it was like, it's 7.
Yeah.
That's song number 6. I'm telling people
If
at
I
the show,
can't,
like,
if I say
4.
how many on stage, the guys are
2.
going to look at me. If
You
I
know.
say song 4, they're going to play the song.
Right.
I mean, but... And they should be at practice right now. I hope they are. If they're not, they better be watching.
I think they're gonna be in here. Oh,
Hillside,
and, happy
you know,
birthday,
Naderade,
Mike, by the
Bass
way.
Tone, all you
What is it now?
guys.
We got a birthday in the room, man,
Happy
and
birthday.
Our man Mike Kane. Happy birthday, my man. Happy birthday to you.
He got the
I'm
greatest
excited,
birthday in the world. He
Thanks
shares
for you,
America's
buddy.
birthday, buddy. You
Right?
got it.
That's right.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get to read
July
someone
4th,
their
that'd be pretty
birthday
kick-ass.
horoscope for once. So
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So thanks for that, Mike.
This is the first.
This is a first.
Nice.
You know, I read it
A
every
lot of
time,
firsts
but
around here.
Yeah, there's a lot of firsts
I
around
love
here.
those shirts, by the way. I mean, those
Man,
things are awesome.
dude, I love these fucking
Yeah.
shirts.
My wife designed those, by the way.
nicely done.
Like,
I love it.
So where can they find these at other than live shows? Can they actually order these from you guys? Like,
Get a hold of me.
Get a hold of V at that organicbandits@gmail.com
Yes, sir.
or on Facebook
Or on Facebook.
/Organic Bandits, and V will take care of you. He is on it.
So we're gonna be hanging out live with the guys from Organic Bandits a lot more this evening, and we're gonna be getting to some new stuff that I think everybody's gonna enjoy. What do you got coming up?
Oh, I don't know. I guess
Did
orgasms.
she say something about orgasms?
I did.
Earlier?
Or-
Like, that's what I was
orgasms
thinking,
and
like,
perilous.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, man.
See, that's
So,
those things that girls have when you're not around.
Yeah,
Oh.
Right, right.
so there goes the whole FCC thing.
I mean, I can leave. I can walk out. I mean, if that'll help out. I mean, I will.
Giraffe.
I'll leave the.
I'm gonna
couch.
get into this here though. This new song right here that I have to say, man, don't do it. I love this song. If I can I play this song? Can I throw this in there?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
sir.
So we're gonna throw this in right here. This is "Don't Do It." I'm gonna give a shout out to the rest of the guys from Organic Bandits. If you're tuning into the show, man, hip hop and rock, I guess would
Yes, yeah. Well, I say it sounds like thunderstorms and banana splits.
be. That's
Absolutely.
for $39.95. You can have that right there. Here we go. Don't do it. Let's get it.
can help one person or save one life from ever trying heroin or committing suicide. It would all be worth it, all the sacrifices made. Time away from family and the focus day to day. I'm missing ball games, extra struggles on my wife. It's one of those things I can't explain. My music is my life. The stage is my happy place, and the studio is home. Even when I'm with my kids, my mind it tends to roam. Trying to be a front man and man of things too. Trying to interact with the fans and still run the crew. Get the flyers printed, call motor back. The bandits are here for you, all you gotta do is ask. Don't do it, don't do it. You wanna get through it, there's someone here for you. Don't do it, don't do it. You're gonna get through it unless you choose to lose. Don't do it, don't do it. You're gonna get through it, there's someone here for you. Don't do it, don't do it. You're gonna get through it unless you choose to lose. This anxiety inside of me is driving me nuts. If it wasn't for my family, I would give up. I would just say, fuck it, to hell with that legal shit. Build a couple walls, like some lights, grow some kills. She get back on my hustle, playing money trees. I've learned I can't trust them cause the wall telling me, so I can't do that. Gotta keep my money legal. Wife and 2 kids, and they count on me to feed them. Don't know what to do. Work out slow again. I'm conflicted, I'm confused, but I'm not showing it. Here I go again with this pad and the spin. Writing all these rhymes about redemption and sin. Don't do it, don't do it. You're gonna get through it. There's someone here for you. Don't do it, don't do it. You're gonna get through it unless you choose to lose. Don't do it, don't do it. You're gonna get through it. There's someone here for you. Don't do it, don't do it. You're gonna get through it unless you choose to lose. Someone here for you. Don't do it, don't do it. You're gonna get through it unless you choose to lose. Don't do it, don't do it. You're gonna get through it. There's someone here for you. Don't do it, don't do it. You're gonna get through it unless you choose to lose.
Every time I try to wash my hands of this shit, come back around. With that sweet temptation and the vibrations that bring me down. But from your head down to your feet, the way your body beats my soul invokes an emotion that I just can't ever seem to let go. No, no, no. 'Cause you're my right kind of wrong. You're my right kind of wrong. You're everything a man could ask for in a song. You're my right kind of wrong. Yeah. It's funny how our hearts don't beat quite as well as they used to. 'Cause we'll paint a perfect picture, you know our favorite colors, black and blue. It's funny how it's lasted, but you know It's been so long, yeah. But it's a canvas of interpretation that always sees the door, yeah. 'Cause you're my right kind of wrong. You're my right kind of wrong. You're everything a man could ask for in a song. 'Cause you're my right kind of wrong. Yeah. You know you do something to me I just can't explain. Yeah, but you know it's a crying shame, babe. I found it in you. Yeah, yeah. You're my right kind of wrong. You're everything a man could ask for in a song. 'Cause you're my right kind of wrong. Right kind of wrong. Yeah.
What's going on, fellas?
What's crack-a-lackin'?
Welcome back.
Better late than never, I guess.
Right,
yeah,
man.
yeah, I was out front, man, picking up bottles and cans. And they said, yeah, you want to come in here and be on television? And I said, sure. So they gave me a cold beer and some...
What's going on, Ricky
Kissed
Wolf?
the dank a little bit.
How's it going, man?
It's been a busy day, you know. Been putting fires out and starting fires and, you know, just, you know, trying to you know, make a buck out of a dime, you know, if I can.
We're hanging out here live, AntmanVs with Organic Bandits and our man Ricky Wolf. Night Wolf Concert Promotions.
Yeah,
pretty freaking awesome, man.
It's so far so good for me. You know, a couple of real good shows, and everyone seems to be having a great time. You know, when I, you know, have control of the promotions, I'm able to treat the local bands who bust their balls, man, and, you know, get out there, take care of business. I'm able to treat them like they're on tour, and they like it. And I like the fact that it's a big, you know, kind of community thing that's coming together. I'm trying to reunite the scene one gig at a time, and it's so far so good. So if I offer you a gig and there's been any issues or any of that stuff that don't add up to a hill of beans, I want to tell my haters and the players that it's always awesome at our shows.
Hell yeah.
And we'll just bring this shit together, and we'll break down the walls of the division, and this scene will be what it could
man,
be.
like, people are really surprised to hear you say that. Like, I mean, and...
Well, then they need to let some of that hot air out of that big ego balloon they're in now, because I've been, you know, trying to do this for a while, and, you know, I understand that, you know, you know, things happen, and there's dick measuring contests. I get all that shit, man, but, you know, let the insecurity go. Do your job. I'm a do your job kind of guy. And my shows are always worth it, and, you know, I like to keep it real, man. You should be able to go to A to B with gentlemen as quickly as humanly possible in a respectful way. I don't have time to put my hand through people's belt loops and lead them through life. And I guess people get a little salty about that. You know, I don't have time to hold someone's hand walking through life. You know, I'm a professional. I talked to one of the bigger names on this. You know, on Saturday, I was talking to one of the bigger names on the scene, and he was like, "Man, let's get together." I was like, "Dude, I don't have time to get together. It's nothing personal. I'm a family man. I got a business." But that don't mean that, you know, that we can't, you know, coexist on the scene. It doesn't have to be about, you know, we're either in a clique together, or we're, you know, some kind of enemies or competitors. You know, it just doesn't have to be about that, man. It's just a peaceful coexistence for the advantage and a progression for everybody involved, and that's what I'm about. And if you know how to do your job, you know how to be a professional, then Nightwolf Concert Promotions wants to talk to you and wants to put you on some big shows.
Stacy Siegel says hi, by the way.
Stacy's amazing.
So.
She's my musketeer friend. You know, that's what I call her. She's just a small, little petite woman who's just awesome, and she's a very big supporter of all the bands, and really in the whole tri-state area, man. She gets it, and she keeps it real. She goes to a lot of gigs.
Organic Bandits, man. We need to get you up here with this gentleman. You guys need to get a bit.
We just need to have a conversation.
Like,
I mean,
yeah.
It's like, give me that. Give me that.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
need to have a talk. I mean, you know, Columbus is. If you take a pen, put it in Columbus, and draw a circle 500 miles around, that's at least 60% of the U.S. population. It'd be stupid not to want to have some kind of foundation here.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's a good scene. It comes, it flows. You know, it's the you know, you get a couple guys who got a cancerous type mentality, and you know, they'll create some issues and stuff because they have a platform and they have minions, what I call minions, and these are people that are misguided fans, man.
Yes, sir.
They're misguided fans. They're minions, man. And, you know, they don't have malice in their heart for me, or they don't have malice in their heart for him, or something like that. But some guy they think's cool because he has a couple tattoos and and some tube socks down his crotch. You know, all of a sudden his word is gospel. Well, you know what? In the long run, you should judge everyone on their own merits, and you got to consider the source. Because if you're not considering the source, what you might find out is that the guy who's you're a minion of. And I know it sounds harsh, but if you look up minion, we're talking about the real world minion. You know, if you might find out that he's the guy that's got the wool pulled over your eyes, and you're misguided, and you're being duped into something, and it happens all the time on the scene, guys. It really does, and unfortunately, some of those same people don't come back and say, man, I was wrong about you. It's always the hate and the bad stories that linger out there. So it takes a lot of maturity to admit, hey, you're wrong, and man up or woman up and do what's right. So
and to stick around in the scene, like,
it's a cycle.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Right. I think the great thing is that a lot of people really they make their mistakes, but they're man or woman enough to come back around and be like, look, you know what? Like, I'm sorry. Look, I know the error of my ways. This is what I want to do. And they not only say that they're sorry, but they show it.
And mean it.
Well, I wish there was more of that because, unfortunately there is not. And I mean, I could sit here and spill freaking dirt, man, and have people dropping their jaws and gaping. I'm serious. I've been entrenched in this fucking scene for goddamn 18 years. I know everything about everyone, and I've, oh, okay, I just won't even go there because it sounds like I am getting into a dick measure contest, but I know a lot of things, and I've never, I guess I'm getting back to, why these people, have issues with me. I've never, drowning puppies or stole any orphan toys. I don't screw people's wives. It's most of the time it's insecurity based on someone's fragility, someone's own insecurity and fragility of their egos.
With you guys being from the band to a promoter standpoint, what advice do you guys give to the new guys coming up? The new guys that haven't been in multiple bands. Like, I feel like after there's a certain number of bands, you're no longer new.
Yeah,
like
I've been
you
doing
need to
this
have
for 10
etiquette.
years myself. You know,
and
you're talking about when you start over in another band.
Yeah. But what about
you
the
should
new
have
guys?
you should have the knowledge and the wisdom by then to know what's going on. But
you should be able to launch another band really and just keep rolling.
Yeah.
What about the new guys?
But a new guy, the first thing I tell him is don't come out of the basement until you're ready.
Yeah,
I know you're itching to fucking play, and I know you want to hit that stage with that one single naked light bulb over that stage. You think it's cool, and it is great. I understand. Like, we thirst for that, but it's if you really want to make an impact, don't come out till you're ready, and then 2, make every show an event and quit oversaturating yourself. A lot of these bands devalue themselves, man, by oversaturating.
Exactly.
And the more you oversaturate, let's put it this way. We all know, like, Metallica's a great band. You know, some people might not like their old stuff or the new stuff or yada, yada, yada. But they're a great fucking band. They're from San Francisco. And if they played San Francisco Stadium, you know, every fucking week, literally, like some of these bands do around town to undervalue themselves, it would be, you'd be seeing them in Newports, and there would only be the floor full.
Yeah, the
you
crowd
know,
would start dropping.
about the 10th time in 3 months. It's just the way the world works, man. You know?
I made that
True.
mistake, and you know, I made that early on. You know, thinking playing more shows was always better. No, it's key shows. Make the shows count.
Key shows.
It cost me the same amount of money to pay my crew to do a show for 500 people as it does for 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we've got a full light and sound crew, and you know,
Right.
It's not cheap.
You guys think that falls on venues? Like sometimes the venues don't either don't pay the bands enough anymore these days. I mean, it's a constant conversation.
I don't think the venues can count on the people to come enough to pay the bands.
Yeah, you can't.
I mean, really,
you can't twist these bands and make them do it. And unless you're a cover band, I call them human jukeboxes, and people get pissed about that. But I mean, you know, to me, I don't see why they do. You know, I mean, you're the human jukebox, man. That's fine. You know, if you're not one of those bands that's going to jump to this neighborhood bar, and play TNT and fucking turn up the radio and so on and so forth, then you know you should be holding yourself out. And when you're playing those key shows every 5, 6, 7 weeks, you should be trading off with another regional area band, putting them in a prime spot, getting the same back, and guess what? Instead of playing 2 shows in your area, the same shit, you work hard one time, you put 2 other bands from 2 other areas here, and you get 3 very high-quality shows for the work of 1, because you shouldn't have to show up in Indianapolis and bring anybody. But when Indianapolis comes to Columbus, you better be pouring your end, or if not, get the fuck out and let the professionals do this, man.
This guy gets it, man.
That's the way it is. Well, I mean, like I said, I've been shitting this shit like cornflakes for fucking 18 years. You know what I mean?
Big picture.
I'm an old man, and you know I got some wisdom and I got some knowledge about the scene, and those who listen to it usually have a higher level of success. They might not like me personally, but I have guys all the time say. In fact, almost no one ever says they really like me or I'm a friend, but they say I fucking respect the fuck out of you.
See, dude.
And I told somebody, that same guy I was just talking about, I was like, guess what? I don't need any friends. I got enough friends, man. You know, there's no offense. I like to keep my circle tight, but you know, I am a professional, and that's really all this is to me. You know, I don't have any agenda, and I'm not trying to get over on anybody. No one really, to tell you the truth, because of my financial situation and what I do on the side, I can't benefit enough on this unless somehow I slip into a fucking, you know, rose bush and book Metallica from here on out. You know, there's just no way I could get over on anybody here to make it worth it. You know, just no way.
We're going to be hanging out with the guys, Ricky Wolf and Organic Bandits. And Siobhan, when we come back, you got an awesome story that you want to throw out there.
Well, it's not really as awesome as I make it seem, but, you know, that's more fun.
Hey,
it kind of
perception's
sucks.
everything. I want to hear about the black cat that crossed your path right before it happened. All that stuff.
Oh, yeah,
It's
man.
great.
We're going to be right back with these guys after this. And I want to give a shout out to my sponsors, Columbus Botanical Depot, man. Give my man Joe a call or check his website out, Columbus Botanical Depot. And CBDHempHealth.com is one awesome .com site, man. And you guys got
let's check 'em out.
you guys need to check them out, man.
Is it porn?
No,
Oh.
no.
It could lead to porn, I'm sure.
It could definitely lead.
It could.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe,
Oh
yeah.
boy.
I like stuff like that.
Designs by Raw. Check them out, man. Raw Designs. Just on my graphic design, stuff like that. I love you guys over there. And ZTP Mag, Raw, Beautiful, Bold, Jeremy D. Moore, Ashley, and Brian, and all the boys and girls over there who love to play with cameras and video and stuff. Fun stuff, right?
Okay, so definitely
yeah.
possible.
So, yeah, we'll be, yeah,
Cameras.
absolutely. We'll be back after this.
I'll tell you a funny story after that. We get back.
the top of this food chain, raised in flames and bred by hate. He lays in darkness as he waits. The devil's real, just wait and see. We built his cage, then set him free. Born into this flesh and bone and sin. The ending now begins. The burning of our past is burning fast.
What's up, Siobhan?
What's up?
How you doing today?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Are you ready for some orgasms and what?
Perilous.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
All right, so fill us in.
All right. So wouldn't it be some shit if you had an orgasm that made you paralyzed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guess what? That shit happened.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No.
So
No.
there is a mom that revealed that having sex with her husband ended her up permanently paralyzed and in a wheelchair.
Where'd he stick it? That would be the first question.
Club.
That would be
club, man. Yeah.
That would be the first question. Like, and did he tell her not to breathe? Like, I thought you're supposed to gently pet from the back and
She
say,
might have been married to a donkey.
whisper sweet nothings.
Donkeys
It's
got
gonna
big
be
ones.
okay. It's gonna be okay. It's only gonna hurt for a second. Like,
No,
I do it because I
so,
love you. Is that what you say before that happens?
So she's 38 years old, and she actually was pregnant during the whole event. They thought they were gonna have to do a C-section because of it, but yeah. So basically, she had headaches after sex, and people don't talk about this because you don't really talk about after sex. But she had headaches after sex, and it turned into a brain hemorrhage. And apparently, it is something that, although it's not very common, it does happen. So
Sarah, turn the fucking YouTube off. Quit watching.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy.
yeah. So just a little bit of knowledge for everyone, females in particular. If you
Don't
end
stay
up
on
with
top for too long.
No.
Like, I don't know what do men learn from this other than
If
Stay away from pregnant chicks.
right? Yeah, right. That's what I
Yeah.
learned.
Or
if you have a migraine or migraine type feelings after
this shit
having
checked out.
sex,
Don't just have
then go to
sex.
a doctor. Yeah, it could be something more serious.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sound like you just left her hanging.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Like,
finish the
you'll
job,
walk it
bud.
off. Walk it off. You'll be
she had
fine.
Blue balls.
Yeah, I blew over.
Wow.
Blue ovaries. Blue lips.
Man. So we're on that note, we got some blue tickets here now. So we're hanging out with our man Ricky Wolf, and we're hanging out with our man Awesome. V is on a smoke break.
Fucking
So Josh, I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do, but V's on a smoke break. We're hanging out
I
with
think
Josh.
V's burglarizing the neighborhood.
He might be.
He might
He's
be.
gonna come back
He
with
might be
a
scratching
grill
people.
and someone's stolen sandals. I
Yeah.
guess.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I think it would
He's
be.
probably
too.
knowing V. He's putting the organic bandit sticker somewhere he
Right.
shouldn't be.
Right.
If I know V, he gets me in trouble with them stickers.
So, Ricky, you not only do concert promotions, man, you have a band.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk? You want to talk about that band? I would love for you to talk
That
about that
band,
band.
yes. We've been around for a while. That was like 11 years now.
Yeah, that band
so
is
over
how
a
I met you.
decade of decadence. Sold about 100,000 records. Charted on Billboard. Did some great tours. Had a few singles chart on the top 40s on the rock chart radios. So we had some success, but in the end, it was really, really tough for 5 guys to subsist on tour, doing 200 shows a year, and have families. Cell phone gets shut off. Things happen. We took a big, frickin' swing at it, and we had some success. That I told the guys, even why we were, complaining that things weren't better. I was like, someday, we're gonna look back on this and realize what we accomplished. With basically without a label till the end. We did get signed by Megaforce towards the end, and it helped us get in stores, and that definitely helped the sales and
Yeah.
stuff. But overall, we did a big piece of those CD sales and a lot of that work by ourselves to get us, chart. I mean, it's not easy to chart on Billboard, my friends. Yeah, but we hit number 2 on Heat Seeker charts, and it was a big deal for us.
Yeah.
That is a big deal.
Big deal for
So we sold a lot of CDs, and we did, thanks to Jägermeister, we were doing some really big tours and big festivals, and your sales at the tours and festivals actually count as a store sale. It's
Yeah.
scannable.
Nice.
And that's how it happened for over a 2-week period. That we did some really big festivals on a tour, and so and
What's,
it was all part of the cumulative total,
How awesome is it to be I mean, there's got to be pros and cons to be sponsored by a liquor company,
Yeah.
right? And have
There is.
You
It ain't like they shipped us free liquor all the time or anything.
Right.
It was mainly, wearables and things that were, able to be given away as free as promotional items or sold in conjunction with our shirts to make the deal good. And, getting us on, we were on Rock on the Range 3 times because of Jägermeister.
Right.
We were one of the only 3-time bands on that. But, they also knew we were from Columbus, and we were going to bring those, really nice crowds to start things out because we were first on the bill. But it never bothered me. You worry about it like, man, first on the bill, half hour after the gates, and then you see the pictures. There's 10,000 people standing there.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling, and I gotta, give it up to Jägermeister for that, and my band, walked those parking lots while people were tailgating for 3 or 4 years on those, and sold literally 20,000 of the CDs that we had sold out of the 100,000 CDs that we sold over a year.
Wow.
And that's how Jaeger had heard about us, and that's how all those people who would be there waiting would know who we was, because a lot of bands would win these contests to play at Rock on the Range, and they would see those crowds that we would put on there on the first day, half hour after the gates, and they're like, it's going to be like that for us because they were the first band on the next day. And it just simply wasn't that way. No offense to them, because, we'd put a lot of legwork, a lot of gravel, and a lot of tailgating with a lot of people. Literally 70,000 people come there over a 3-day period, and we had been doing that for 4 years, cultivating a following. So when they said, hey, you want to play this? Fortunately for us, a lot of those people come year after year after year, and they're like, oh, you're on the bill this year, huh? Okay, I'll be there, and it really worked out well for us over there to, do total do-it-yourself DIY band that we were, is how we got as far as we did. I stress that to bands all the time. When my old ass is out there dropping flyers, I'm still dropping quarter pages on card windows.
Right.
So I still got your fingerprints on
People
my
don't do
windshield.
that.
Yeah, I got.
I do it.
I got
I'm
your
an old school
fingerprints.
guy, but I
Yeah.
believe in dropping seeds, man.
Yeah. Totally
And
have
dropping
one.
seeds.
Yeah.
I told you it'd be interesting here
You better
today.
get that in while you're not too old.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. There you go.
It keeps me young to get out there and walk around. I see, I'll see guys at gigs and they're like, God damn, man, your ass is everywhere.
Yeah.
And they'll see the shows and the turnouts that I'm promoting, and they're like, that's the legwork. And I'm like, yeah, because failure's not an option with this motherfucker.
You're absolutely
It's
right.
not an option.
Yeah.
Period. Failure is a fear of mine, and I'm going to do everything I can to stay motivated to make sure that my shows, the ones I promote and the ones I play, or both, or everything they can be, because I can sleep when I'm dead. I take naps though.
What do you guys as you guys are not only family men but fathers,
Full-time
and
father, full-time husband,
Yeah, I got
full-time
9
job.
kids by 9 different women.
full-time child support payer.
yeah, I was gonna say.
People used to believe that for the longest time when I was younger and on tour.
Well, yeah,
I've
I
got
could
a
see
kid.
though.
I was like, I got 9
I've
kids
got
by
a guy
9
that
different
calls
women.
me dad. DK, if you're watching, he's got 8 kids by 7 women. And
Wow.
He's like 25.
He's a hero if he's paying for him.
I want to give a shout out to Photo Nation
he's a hero.
AP. Photo Nation AP.
Sup,
Dave
Photo?
Sheets is hanging. In
Dave
the
Sheets, I want to tell Dave, man, you was freaking awesome. You're John Payne. Remember, if you do me with your parodies, make sure you wear one of those like fake muscle torsos and put some tube socks in your crotch area so you can properly represent me. Because I know I'm coming. Just be nice to me, please. Just be nice to me, man.
I swear I don't know anything. I'm just here. Like,
Yeah.
we speak the day of.
Right.
And then he's like, yo, I'm coming. All right. And then boom, he's here.
Yeah.
And he's here, there's no
It's entertainment business.
right. And he doesn't break character. That's one thing I have to give him
Right.
credit for, man. Not at all. Not
I
once.
love it.
Yeah.
I love
So-
it. And, I thought, Sam Stockdale was a cool sport about, the one he did about him. I thought it was, fairly cool and accurate, for the
Right.
most part. There was, see, that's the one thing about me. I'm a very business-like guy, but if I don't sense malice in someone trying to downplay me or play me weak or anything, I've made fun. I've called my band Eggs Fag Ter None. I've called us. I got a million parody names for 8
Well,
Pound
you
Pecker.
have to make fun of yourself
Yeah,
though,
you
because
gotta
if
keep
not,
it real like that. And if you can't,
I
then
mean-
there's insecurity involved. And if there's insecurity involved, this is a fucking very thick business. It's skin
yeah.
business. If you ain't got thick skin, you
Pack it
you
up.
better be as
Right.
good as Led Zeppelin, and you better be willing to fucking actually do anything you got to do. I mean, it's just the way the music business is.
Even then, you still gotta be thick-skinned because
Yeah.
even if you're doing
Someone's
great,
gonna hate you.
somebody's gonna hate you.
Right.
If somebody ain't hating, you ain't doing it right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I always tell people, man, the things that people get worked up in about around here usually don't add up to hill beans. I'll see someone who thinks I'm angry at them, and I'll walk up on them, and it ain't because I'm trying to diffuse the situation because I'm physically afraid of you. It's because I know that there's issues, and you have, and I want to let you know it's okay. It's not that deep. I say it all the time in this business.
Yeah.
Man. It's not that deep. But when someone dicks me over, I pretty much burn my bridge with them.
Photo Nation says you will get a phone call. If you're up, you'll get a phone call. And that he said he'll do everybody the same diligence and give a phone call like, hey, look, so are you cool with this? And he'll give you an opportunity to tell him yay or nay, whether you're in or you're out.
In what?
If he does a parody, he'll call you and tell you,
Dave,
you're
okay.
up. He'll be
Okay.
like, you're up, and then he'll call you.
Okay, that's very
Yep.
cool of him to do that too. I think that's about as cool as you can get on Dave's part.
Josh
because someone might
Vandemark,
be-
he's outside
what's he
smoking.
doing?
He's outside smoking, but he's typing. He's like, words hurt.
I like that guy, man.
Hey, he's the best merch guy in the land. This
Yeah.
dude would go work all night.
Yeah.
He'll get off work. He'll drive 2 hours to sell a $5 demo to somebody.
Nice.
I mean,
You got to have those kind of foot soldiers, man. We used to
Yeah.
take.
He's the greatest.
We used to go out, guys. I would follow tours, even ones we weren't playing. I would follow Mayhem and Uproar and things like that, and we would literally 6 to a hotel room, wrestle for the fucking beds. Usually, to tell you the truth, I'd take the floor because these guys are hairy, and my dudes are hairy, big with big. Their beard. They wake up in the morning, their beards are twisted together from being too close. And you throw the socks in the corner, and they stand up. I'm like, dude, I'll just sleep over here on the floor.
Right.
Anyway, long story short, we used to follow these tours, and that's how we sold a lot of our CDs. And what I would do is, because we were signed, I would chart them on the backside and call them a venue sale. Because I'd sell them in a parking lot at a fucking huge tailgate show in Pittsburgh. I mean, by the way, Pittsburgh's their amphitheater is the most amazing party spot in any fucking universe you could ever imagine. You just go there, and there's literally all these football fans that are also very cool blue-collar rock fans, and they'll just be getting down with canopy tents for 20,000 people straight in a big gravel parking lot, and they're very friendly, and they love they loved our blue-collar approach by going up to them and saying, here's a flyer, here's my band, and here's a CD. Can I get $5 for a high-quality product that's actually in the stores? And they'd snap them up $500-600 a day. That's what we were selling out there.
Wow.
Yeah, I lived that life. My whole band did for 5-6 years. Everyone thinks that I was rich or something, and that's how I was hiring PR firms and stuff like that. No, the band was self-subsisting we would literally go out and follow a whole 28-city tour, sell 10,000 CDs over a 26-day period. And then we would take that money and come back and fix the van, and but guys would pay their bills again, and we did that for years and years and years.
Wow.
And people were, people didn't understand it. I think they thought a lot of stuff was being handed to us, and it really wasn't like that. We were, I was sunburned, feet hurting because you walk around on gravel with you have to wear your stage clothes. You got to look cool while you're out there. You don't look like the guy in the Walmart shirt and the grass stained tennis shoes. So you got skater shoes on with this thin a tread, walking on number 2 gravel because they don't want that to sink in those big parking lots. And you're out there and your feet hurt, and I'm hyper, I'm dehydrated. I eat cookies. It's got pot in them. I'm having bad trips. All kind of stuff's happening out there.
Wow.
And we just did that shit for years, and that's how XF1 put themselves on a map. And when we would go back on tours with Mushroomhead, Taproot, or wherever on a national level, we would go to cities like Denver where we had followed that amphitheater tour, and there would be people actually there because they had bought that CD in that parking lot before. And
It's that camaraderie that you gain and that respect.
It was a good camaraderie.
Right.
I mean, you want to kill each other, but you kill anyone for that person at the same time. That's how our band was.
What are you guys' takes on the music scene today? I mean, 2017, man. Like, I love Metallica. I'm a huge fan. Okay, great, whatever. I got my favorites just like all of y'all do.
Right.
But at the end of the day, dude, I feel like once they decided to flip the script on music the way they did, it changed the whole
You mean when
pocket.
they brought Bob Rock in for the Black Album?
There's a little bit. There's a lot of. There's a
He
little
took him
bit.
to a new level.
Yeah, I love it personally. That's my favorite.
Right.
He took him to a new level. I think music's changed. I really believe the rock scene in general is the dog ate its own tail. I say that to agents all the time. Everyone tries to hit the home run, and what it does is it degrades and it deappreciates the developmental situation that used to happen back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Rock labels, when they had a lot of money, they would give a band like mine $100,000, put you on some great tours, and say, let's make this work for $100,000. Even guys like Boba Flex, they hit the ass end of that. where they got a tour bus, they got several $100,000 check, they had some stuff happen for them, they had a legitimate shot, they sold a lot of CDs, but in the end they were consumed by the record industry the same way almost every band is. If you're not one of those guys that is good looking or has a shtick, there's very few pieces of the pie falling for all of us pit bulls standing around this table right here. There's very few pieces of scraps that hit the ground anymore, and that's in large part when the bands. I think when the bands get big, they don't double back to help like they used to, and you used to have that a lot in the '80s. A lot of you'd hear Bon Jovi discovered Skid Row, and Limp Bizkit discovered Stained, and this guy did Kid. You just don't see that anymore. That's just over. The only ones doing that now is New Country, and that's why their asses are the new rock stars.
Right.
They're doing it.
Yeah.
It's greed, what it boils down to.
It
Everybody's
is
greedy and power.
And I think insecurity boils down to it. You don't want the competition. Well, that's cool. I kind of get it. You can say, hey, well, my career's over. I don't give a fuck what happens to anyone else. But to me, in the name of the artistry, I can't do it that way. And that's one of the things that I'm doing with my promotions. You know, I want everyone to get treated the same at the show as much as I can, as much as the headliner will let me. And all my guys that play my shows, they'll see me arguing with these headliners, and they'll see me trying to put them in place. Like, hey,
I've heard about it.
If you don't help these guys,
right,
they're gonna say fuck you next time you come through here, and I'm not selling tickets for your ass, you fucking egomaniac cocksucker. You don't do that.
Yeah.
It
Keep
takes
it real.
an ego.
You're getting paid. Let these bands leave with their dignity. You leave with the cash for now, man.
Right.
And then you got to treat them right.
Let me sell my merch. Let me do my thing.
Yeah, and there's bands that just don't want to do that. They're just like, oh, you should be glad I'm letting you open for me. And then they take the drum riser and they make fucking 6 bands set up their stuff, and there's 10 feet of dead space behind their cabinets. Where unfortunately the rest of the bands could have got their funky off, but instead they're all cramped up like this. And I try to do what I can at my shows, but it's that mentality. That says, technically, I know you can do what you can because of the contract that says you can do this and do that. But morally, you're a fucking son of a bitch, man.
Right.
Morally, you got the law or the contract on your side, but we're looking at it in a moral way. When we're looking at it in a righteous way, if we're looking at it, are we trying to be good men here? If you're not helping these bands out and you're not treating them right and you're not saying, hey man, thank you for letting me continue to tour and live my way of life, but instead it's the other way around. Hey man, you're lucky I let you open up for me. You're lucky I let you give me $750 for selling these X amount of tickets. That's the mentality of a lot of these guys now, and that's why it's kind of hard for someone like me to deal with them, because I'm such a local guy, fucking supporter. I'm such a local guy supporter. I get a lot of beef from headliners that say, what's your problem? Well, my problem is you. That's the problem.
You got an ego,
Josh Dillard, he says, if being good looking gets you signed, I'm beyond screwed.
Aren't we all?
Well, let me tell you something. If line A, line B don't add up to lines B, Z, and X on their accountant rolls, it says, morbid obesity, forget about it. Bad teeth, forget about it. They ain't happening. Oh, you got this, you got that. Well, guess what? I need something I can market. I got something I can brand. I got to have something that that I can do something with and exploit basically for money. And if you can't do that, it's just not going to happen for you, man. That's just the way it is. And if you're telling yourself that could happen, you better be showing me some of those guys that are making that big money that are the way you think that can happen, because it's just not the way the industry works. We're very superficial. We're very shallow, consuming nation, and people want to see good-looking people. They don't want to see their neighbor who's overweight and mows their grass next door. They want to see.
For the most part, my neighbor's like me, and I'm overweight. Well, I pay my neighbor.
Well,
I mean,
I'm talking,
There you go,
I'm talking the superficial, the really
You're
bad.
talking about industry as a whole.
Yeah,
I get
industry as a whole.
Yeah, it's a monster. That's why the Organic Bandits camp, we do everything independently. We pay to press the CDs. We pay for everything. Me and V and my cousin and my wife went into my cousin's garage and fired up the screen printer and printed the shirts.
That's awesome.
If you got it like that, it's great.
That's how we do it, and that's how I intend to keep it. Only problem is trying to be able to do all that and keep the prices low for everybody, and still find time to write music.
Right.
I try to use the little guy on my screen printing as much as I can too.
It's hard to because of the accounts, but luckily, like I said, my cousin we went in together years ago and bought a sign company, and I got out of it, and he stayed in it, but he's throwing me a bone. Shout out to Brad. I know you're watching, you fucker. So we go in there, we'll fire him up. My wife will design something. I'll design something. This shirt's 8 years old. I just drug it back out the closet because it's 4th of July. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, right.
But if you do it independently, you're definitely going to have a hard way to go. I can tell you
Yeah,
that.
it's a lot more rewarding, I think, but you almost have to do it for a while because what generally happens is guys like Machine Gun Kelly and Tech Nines and just using a couple of those guys for example right now, even Upchurch he's talking about, all these guys develop strong cult followings before somebody else had decided to come in and swoop in and put a little bit more of that developmental dollars and take them to another level. They're pretty original. They're pretty much their own bosses still, but somebody's behind that situation now. Somebody's behind that machine, and I always call it pulling the curtains back on the Wizard of Oz. You got this perfect band and so on and so forth. You push that curtain back, and there's lip syncing, there's soundtracks. There's this, there's that, there's this or that, because guess what? You don't go up on stage if you don't look good, your band's not cohesively built, if you're not symmetrically sound, and you have to always be perfect when you're playing in front of thousands of people. That's just the way That's just the way the music business works.
What's your take on backing vocals as a professional? Been doing this long.
What about click tracks?
I'm fine with it.
You use them?
We use acoustic tracks, some keyboards.
No, I'm talking about as far as backing vocals. There's something playing and you're lip syncing.
Well, we don't lip sync anything, but there's the vocals but there is acoustic tracks and things that we can't do that's so subtly mixed in there. It kind of just fills it up. But vocally, I don't do any lip syncing. It's
more of an effect than it is anything.
For us, it is because I try to, especially when we were a 4-piece for a while. Now that we're a 5-piece, we're actually not even using it a lot of times. To tell you the truth, it's redundant after that. And my guys are really good vocally. We got Joe Bob back. We got a really killer drummer, and I got a dude from Kentucky, Rick Osborne. I got a really good crew that I just kind of fell together here recently when I decided to start doing stuff again. We had a little lineup jumble.
Sounds just like me.
And we had a little lineup jumble, and then, I don't know if you guys know who Joe Bob is, but he's one of the best bassists in the fucking region.
He is.
He's an absolute amazing musician. He's back in the mix. He's a very good bassist, very good vocalist, and also, obviously I worked with C-Loke for years. I've written all these last few records with him, my lead guitarist, and we got a guy named Brandon that is the new drummer, and then I got a buddy named Rick Osborne from Kentucky. He comes all the way up here we rehearse once a month. We play every 6 weeks, and we only do the high quality shows that have the high impact. And I said, guys, I can't do any little venues anymore. I can't do neighborhood bars. I can't justify the way. I got 3 sons. Can't do that, but I still want to find a way to shoot my wad every once in a while. So the band decided, hey, let's only do great gigs. And if you're a professional, you should be able to rehearse on your own, and we'll get together, put a set together, choreograph it out, and next week we play. And then I won't see anybody again for 5 weeks. I don't see any of my guys. None of them see each other either. We're just we're that kind of band. We're kind of 5 guys that come together as professionals every once in a while, and that's it. It's kind of sucky because I toured for so long, Ant, that it bothers me.
Right.
I don't have that camaraderie you talked about anymore. Yeah. But I'm domesticated and older. And
but though, but there's a certain level, man. I feel like, and I've noticed it, like with just the supporting the local music scene. When you walk into a room and you get that general hey, hey, I've been through it. Hey, I know it. Hey, keep your head up, bro. And those bands, those artists that show up and religiously play to an empty bar, who don't give a shit, put it all out there, man. Keep doing it. Keep fucking doing it, because that's those people are the ones that I want to see. Those are the ones that when it finally comes time, I'm gonna put that 5, that 10, that whatever to go see them.
Right. I've always said, if it's 5 people or 500 people, them 5 people deserve a hell of a show. That place is packed. I'll always rock a whole.
When we come back from the break, I'm going to ask you guys, I want to get you guys get an opportunity, man, to give some drinks. We're going to hang out a little bit more.
I always got my drinks close, man.
Photo Nation AP says Macklemore is 100% owned by him.
Who's Macklemore?
Macklemore is the dude who did the whole shit. We're going to have to look him up, man.
Who said that, David?
David, yep.
Macklemore. Oh, Macklemore. Oh, he looks like Macklemore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, he's better looking than Macklemore.
Pounding the
Call
pavement.
me, David.
Pounding the pavement pays off. He does. Josh Dillard does agree 100%. So
Okay, thanks for agreeing, Josh. I worked real hard. The band worked real hard. We ended up, in the end, we said, we got to kind of call it in. We didn't do shows for almost a year and a half, and now we're kind of back out there, but with a little fresh head of steam.
when we come back, though, I'm gonna put this question in you guys' head, give you guys a chance to think about it. When we come back, I want you guys to think about the worst time you guys had at a venue. Like, you don't have to name the venue, but your worst experience at a
Are
venue.
we gonna get to any how many was the most women I slept with type thing? Or anything like that?
I was gonna
Questions?
try to stay away from that, Ricky Wolf.
Answer.
But
I'm
if you're
ready to brag
ready for
about
it,
it all,
if you're
man.
ready, then
I got stories.
all right.
They're
then.
lies, but they're gonna sound real, man. They're really good.
All right, man. We'll get into that. And I got 2 special tickets here for an awesome show, and I haven't decided if I'm gonna give them up or not. And Ricky, I want to say thank you for these 2 tickets, man.
Thank you for what you do, man. I mean, I don't think people realize the amount of commitment you guys are putting into this, and you're trying to get this thing to grow. And I want this to grow for you. I want you to grow. I want the situation to grow for the scene. It's what's good for the scene is good for everybody, and
Right.
vice versa. I've always said that, So
I appreciate
thank you for
that.
what you're doing. I'll do whatever I can, and you're always going to be invited, and I'll give some special tickets away and stuff, and you guys can come in.
Oh
and
man, like
interview
I'm
the
trying
bands.
to
Mm-hmm.
earn the respect to be able to get. I want to be the outlet that is able, like a guaranteed outlet for the local music scene. The biggest thing. Oh man, I could go all day long. All right, man. We're gonna get into some new music right here first. We'll talk about that when we come back. We're gonna talk a little bit about the music scene. We're gonna hear about Organic Bandits and Ricky Wolf's worst experience in a venue, and that's gonna be pretty awesome. I'm kind of curious to see what you guys' worst experience is.
Rolf.
Sponsored by what is that? Stella
Yeah, Stella Artois.
Artois. All
Oldest
right.
brewery in the world. That's why I drink, because they fucking make great beer.
Siobhan, what do you got coming up for us?
Oh, let's see here. I guess the interesting story I found about sex dolls in Japan.
Perfect.
We got
Awesome.
pictures to go with that.
Yeah.
These people are
We
freaks.
I got
They got
pictures
this
for
thing
this.
where they shove their finger in each other's butt.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be great.
There's
Coming
guys-
back
there's
after
guys
this.
that pay- There's rich guys that pay sumo guys. That crap on
New
their
song
face.
called "Come Clean" right here for this awesome topic coming up right here.
Well, she don't mind believing it's the coming back that she can't stand. So she runs herself to the arms of another man. She says, forget about the past so I can pretend it don't exist and carry on living my life like this. Just come clean, because you've clipped your angel wings and you left your halo
going on, Siobhan?
Not too much. I'm ready to talk about this story that I know everybody wants to know about.
I do.
Sex dolls?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
See, I told you.
We were talking about
We use
Japanese
outside
guys.
smoking. We're having sex doll conversations.
Did I miss the orgasms?
You
I
did.
missed that. Damn.
You did.
But we were talking about Japanese guys, sumo wrestlers crapping on Japanese businessmen's faces through saran wrap.
Man.
It's a new fetish, but she's got one too.
It's glad to be a
We
murder.
all have stories.
They're crazy. They'll do anything.
She did this one
They
day
are.
at camp.
Asians are like the sexiest, crazy people in the world. They're just so freaky.
Yeah, they'll do just about anything.
Fucking dress up as ghosts and screw.
Never a dull moment with these boys around. I'm telling you, man.
Farted.
Hanging out with Ricky Wolf and Organic Bandits. What's going on? The two Joshes from Organic Bandits.
Right.
Right here.
Two Joshes? Is that anything
Yeah.
like two Heathers?
Right. Yeah.
When you're in a yuppie
It's probably
town.
worse. It's probably worse. It's probably worse.
I want to give a shout out to our chat room, man. Our chat room tonight is very, very active. And I want to
Cool.
give everybody
Let's
out
talk
there,
to 'em.
man.
That's
So, Josh Dillard, I want to give a shout out to you, man. My girl Stacy in the room.
She's cool as hell.
Phil-
So is Teresa. She's awesome.
Teresa's
Teresa,
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mama T, I see
Yeah.
ya.
Everybody is
Said
in
y'all
there.
get back in.
I'm in here now. Hey, one break in an hour ain't bad. That ain't bad. Everybody knows me. That ain't bad. One cigarette break in an
He
hour
took the
ain't
neighbor's
bad.
clothes off the
Yeah,
clothesline.
I mean, there's a
He's-
grill and
he's
a
not
pair of
wearing the same
sandals out
thing.
there, but you know.
Siobhan, tell us about
Chicken off the
this.
grill and underwear off the clothesline. But just the panties.
Just
Panties too.
Fucking scratch and sniff.
Oh, so now we got this Chinese doll thing going on here.
Japanese.
Sex doll
Yeah.
thing that I
Japanese.
missed, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So.
Oh, we're doing it now?
So apparently in Japan, sex dolls are a big thing, and this particular guy says that the sex doll is so much better than his real wife.
Now, this is the picture that I saved, right?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I heard they're getting really good.
Oh,
No.
wrong one.
No.
Might be all right.
Surely it is of
I
his
heard they're
wife.
really getting good with those. Though,
I
man.
actually-
really
They-
lifelike.
yeah, so it's an ultra realistic silicone dummy, and he actually shares the bed with this under the same roof as his wife. Like, it's like that. He says that after his wife gave birth, they stopped having sex, and he felt a deep sense of loneliness.
So check this out, like right here.
So, you know,
Yeah.
if I had a
So,
fake,
heartless piece of silicone just filled that void, right?
if I had a fake
Right.
woman that I could have sex with, I'd put her in a closet. That'd be the great thing until I was ready.
Hide her under
I
the
would
bed or
sleep with
something.
her, like
I mean-
stretch out, put her in a
There you
closet.
go, guys. There you go.
So, yeah, so he...
That's the doll, or is
he
that his
lit-
wife?
Yeah,
Kid
that's
Rock kidding
the
me?
doll.
He's pushing this bitch around?
He takes her
The
out
fake
in
bitch.
public in a wheelchair, and he
snap.
has like a full-on relationship with her. And he
20
says,
years ago, this motherfucker been in a nut house.
I know. Yeah, so he says that Japanese women are cold-hearted, they're selfish, and men want something
It's
to
all
listen
women.
to them without grumbling when they get home from
Right.
work.
Well,
And he says whatever problems he has, Mayu, which is the name of the doll, is always there waiting for him. I love her to bits and want to be with her forever.
He's
He
got, check it out, he's got 3.
Yeah, so she's not the only one.
he
He's
loves
got
her to
3.
megabits.
Yeah.
That's what he loves her.
So he further
24-bit.
says,
There's 3 of them.
yeah. So furthermore, he says, I can't imagine going back to being with a human. I want to be buried with her and take her to heaven. Talking about the sex
He
doll.
has a little bed, man. That's gonna be tough with him and all them robots.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you look at that
So-
photo.
Being allergic to latex or silicone.
Right?
He's gonna swell up pretty bad. He's gonna swell up pretty bad.
Asian
probably.
people's gonna come
Yeah.
up
Hey,
with
Japanese
artificial
girls, I hate to tell
intelligence
you,
before anybody.
Oh, man.
I agree.
Japanese women
I agree.
are all heartless.
That's just absolutely
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So he like literally has a full on, and this is an issue in Japan. Like the population is decreasing because more and more
Really?
men are finding relationships with these sex dolls.
No more men are over there like, well, you guys ain't gonna say shit when I get home from work. I'm gonna do me, and then I'm gonna go to bed with you.
Right.
That's it.
Pretty much.
Basically, is that what it boils down to? I mean,
Pretty
honestly,
much.
yeah.
And the thing is these things aren't
She
cheap.
don't
They're
say a
like
word. I mean,
$6,000.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
they're not more. I'll tell you
No,
that.
Yeah, they're
no,
like
I ain't
6,000
trying.
and up.
Started GoFundMe and
I
get
think the
these-
situation is the situation is
I'm gonna
suspect.
tattoo
but you guys
OB
want
all
me to
over
try
it and take
out,
it to every
Go
show.
ahead and get me one.
Oh, is this going to be a
That's right.
sponsored Ricky Wolf production?
I would try that out if you guys needed confirmation on its realness.
We need to do a donkey show. That's what we need to
Oh,
do.
I
Like,
would. I'd
we-
twist her knots. I'd have her fucking Spin back like a butterball turkey. I go nuts on that thing.
Shut up while you're being quiet.
So, Photo Nation, he says sex dolls are big because they can't show vag in porn there.
Yeah, really.
Which is actually true. Actually,
What's that?
Yeah.
What about buttholes?
they can't show that either. They actually filter out the entire lower half.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but these silicone things don't cook dinner, right?
Right.
No.
That's the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
You
They
can't
don't
go
talk
out
back,
and
but
cook
they
dinner,
don't
one
cook
just
for
lets
you.
lets me
What?
hit it when I want, don't, bitch.
The money you would save by not paying a woman's bills though could get you a waitress or a maid and a cooker. And then you put your girlfriend.
So
in the,
then
Well
you put your
said.
girlfriend in the closet. Go to bed. Put your
Well,
girlfriend in the closet. Go to bed.
In his case, he's got one in the closet, one under the bed, one hiding out on the roof, in the attic.
You
in
got
the
her duct tape to
garage,
the ceiling.
basement.
She's always looking at you.
So before the break, we were talking with you guys. What is Ricky? We'll let you go first, man. What is your first? What is your worst experience in the venue? Like
Worst experience
ever.
in
Like you don't have to
venue?
name the venue, of course, because I know professionalism is important. But like, what is the worst experience that you can remember?
I think you have to go by what's bad with you. Like me, some bands say they didn't get paid. Others say they got their set list cut. Me would be disrespect from the other bands, and one time we were playing a radio show in Fort Wayne, and this quote-unquote national band actually made us and the other local band. We had a developed following in that area from being through there quite a bit, but the local band was pretty big, and we were both opening for the radio station for a touring band, and they made us set up on the floor. They wouldn't even let us share the stage, and it wasn't a
Wow.
huge stage, but it was more than big enough for us to backline our stuff. It would have been tight, but we would have been on a stage.
Right.
And they literally made us set up on the floor. And I had a lot of effects lights and some intelligent lighting and stuff I'd bring on our runs with us.
Yeah.
And I wanted to use it, and they wouldn't let me use the stuff. So the radio station just ripped a new asshole out of these guys the next morning on the morning show, because the morning show was one of my buddies.
because that's
He
what
was a
happens.
DJ.
Yeah.
Right.
And no one tried to stop them because contractually they could pretty much do what they see. A lot of venues, they'll sign off on this once such and such headliners in the venue. They have complete control of production. When I get my contracts, the first thing I do, because they're on all of them, is they get a big fucking X right through it, because I don't let anybody run my shows when they get there. And then you know what? If you don't agree to it, they don't say the contract's over. But if you do agree to it, if there's
Renegotiate.
an issue there, what they do is they come and then it's like douchebag city, So you got to
Right.
scratch that out. And because of this venue didn't scratch that out, these guys were douchebag city, and they made us set up on the floor. And there was like literally maybe 100 people there, and because it was on a weekday.
Yeah.
Maybe 100 people there, and they were mostly ours, and the other local bands fans. And we just peeled. And it was like there was like 20 something people watching these guys, for their douchebaggery.
Wow.
Nice.
What about you guys, Organic Bandits? How about you guys? What's your Josh?
I mean, I have, but that was more as a fan.
Was that the acid? That was the acid, not the gig.
Yeah,
It had a bad effect.
It was the Jeffrey they gave me,
Because our light guy Bob Story,
So,
he brings
Hey,
all
V,
the
hand him the-
and the movers, and a lot of nationals don't want us to use them.
No.
And I'm like, my job is an entertainer. I'm here to put on the best fucking show I can for these
Right.
people, whether it's better than yours or not. That's not my fault.
Right.
If my
Hey, Josh.
shows, if my
There you
show is
go.
better than the nationals, the national needs to step their fucking game up.
Yeah, I
mean-
couldn't agree more, and that's kind of how I always represented myself too. But in the end, if you aren't
Piss them
if you
off.
ain't if you don't have some kind of control of the gig, most
Right.
of the time the venue or the promoter, they just won't stick up for you.
Well, luckily,
They're
my
just not
promoter
gonna do it.
is,
Yeah, it's not
my
gonna happen.
promoter's on my team. My promoter is part of the Bandits, so that's one thing that helps us. Is, the promoter we work with the most, Carl, he takes care of us, and he makes sure we don't
Right.
get dicked around.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Well, you can find somebody you can work with. That's really
But,
really great.
I
What do you
I
guys,
played a local show, and the sound guy, he got a little drunk. And
I
might
hate
have
that.
been-
Yeah, a little drunk.
I hate
I
that.
might have got a little drunk too.
There's a
but
fine line. I
he
think
walked away from the soundboard.
That
in the
sounds like
middle
a
of
good story.
set, and we started having some problems, and he wasn't at the soundboard when I was on stage, and when I come off stage, he just say I wasn't very fucking happy. Because he made us sound terrible, and we had a packed house, and it was just very unpleasant for everybody.
Yeah. So you guys had some feedback and some squeal shit going
Oh,
on.
it was terrible. Like, I had to walk off the stage past
Yeah, you
monitors
know
and-
what? That's something that always happens. And you know, the one thing that I've seen with a lot of bands, dude, they work their asses off to get on a bill. They'll work their asses off to bug the promoter, get everything prepared, show up, but then they're the first ones to leave before the show's over.
Right.
I'm the last one out. You can ask anybody.
Yeah, that's
we've
a
ever
big
played
pet
with.
peeve of mine. I tell the bands in my newsletter. I give them about 2 weeks out. Everybody on my shows gets what I call the old newsletter. I don't know why I call it that, but I call it the newsletter. This is the newsletter. I say share it with. You can send it to your band members. You can fucking read it aloud. You can print it and hand it to them. But you tell them this. Don't ask me any fucking questions at their show. It's fucking, you know, if I had 50 different people asking me all the different questions, I could literally answer 2,500 questions. I figured this shit out. Like, so how about this? I give you this newsletter, and one of my newsletters says, if you fucking pack your shit and leave, don't ever ask me to be on another fucking show ever again.
You know,
Right.
And, you know, I want to expand on that. The coolest thing that I've ever done, man, was I said, I want to get this Jackal gig. Where's my flag?
You gotta plug it.
Where's my flag?
Yeah,
Give me my
flag.
flag. You need an intern, man.
Right.
Then you
I want to plug this. This is my Jackal gig,
Oh,
guys.
there you
But
go.
You see who we got on here. We got a really good lineup. We got Dorothy, Ironhead Inc., Groot, and Wargon. But what I did, guys, you guys might want to try this too. I said, every one of you bands are high quality. Every one of these bands fits great on the tour, on a gig with Jackal. I said, but I don't know who to put in what spot. They're all selling the same amount of tickets to do their end, to try to pull their weight, yada, yada, yada. I said, I got an idea. Everybody get there early. Tell their people to get there early for all the other opening bands. And right before we set up on stage, everybody rolls 2 dice. And whoever gets the highest number and going and descending, that's the order of the set list. I said, if no one wants to do it, I'm going to pick them. It has to be unanimous. You know what? All 4 of them texted back. Roll them fucking dice. All 4 of these bands did.
Nice.
I was shocked.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because you got to throw away ego.
Yeah.
You got to throw away selfish. You got to throw away all that shit. To be able to get Dorothy, who was a very high quality band. Fucking Gar's been on the scene forever, and Victim and other great bands. Groot, Ironhead Inc., and Wargon. These guys are all proven winners. They all bring a great crowd.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
said, roll the fucking dice. Let's do it.
That's
So give it up for those
professionalism.
bands right
Yeah,
there. It was
absolutely.
very, very
Awesome.
cool of them to do that. I've never tried that before. And surprisingly, they all said, roll it. So
I
that's what
mean-
we're doing, and I'm gonna do a little live video on the day of the shows,
yeah.
and right
Nice.
backstage, I have a little, my little trouble set back area. You pop the 2 dice, and whoever gets the 2 highest ones
Man,
and
we're
down,
gonna-
we're gonna put them on the show. And but what I would try to do was encourage them to get everybody there early for the first band. That way, no one can lose.
Yeah, we
Right.
make
What time are you
mistakes
going on?
and
We're
people, what time
first.
we going on.
What time are you going on? We're first. What time we're going on first? Well, no one could be first, but if you put someone first, you can never be last. And that's how I
September
was trying to do this.
15th, man. Make sure you
I love
guys
that,
get
man.
out
That's
there.
awesome.
Muddy Creek is going to be slamming.
I want to give it up for those bands. So that was really courageous of them to do that. It was
Yes,
really cool.
absolutely.
Egos aside.
Yeah, that's professionalism.
Yeah, it was
Show
pretty-
goes
pretty
on
neat.
For the crowd.
So, you got the August 5th show coming up, man. And
4th.
Or August 4th. Because, what is...
Friday, August 4th.
Yep, August 4th. And, man, I'm absolutely... Like, I felt like I bugged the shit out of you for this show. I really did.
the
So, I'm sorry. So,
Saving Abel and autograph.
yeah, because I was
It's gonna
really
be a really good
excited.
show, dude.
Like, it's going to be so awesome.
It's gonna
I
be
had a chance to
amazing.
check out the Saliva show.
Yeah.
And I have to ask you, man, are you a fan of the newer Saliva, or are you a fan of the old school Saliva?
I'm old school. You know, I thought that Jesse was a great songwriter, and he got religious, and that's why he don't tour anymore. He's very religious. I respect that. And no offense to Bobby, who is a very good, competent vocalist himself, but
Yeah.
when the lights go down and the band starts fading in, they want to hear click click boom. They
Yep.
want to hear all the ladies and gentlemen, all the hits that Jesse wrote.
Yep.
I mean, and Bobby does a great job at them. But that for mine and my genre of what I
Yeah,
remember of
you
them
know.
being
Right.
awesome.
I
I
wanted
those
to-
are the hits. So yeah.
I wanted to ask you, I was excited to come out there, and it was epically awesome just to see them give it all, and leave it all on a stage, because I think every band that performed at the show
did.
definitely leave
They
it
did.
all out
and
on
they
the
got
stage.
great professional sound
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
by my buddy Ryan McRoby, who was in Scars Like Mine. He does a great job on the lights and sound. Him and Jim Welch, they do. Jeff Welch, they do a great job of doing all my shows for the most part, and my bigger outdoor shows. And I told as I told every band, everybody gets a monitor mix, everybody gets sound, everybody gets everything. It's only that stage because you got that national band who wants the back line. It's the only reason why. Usually on my Feel the Fire Fest, this was my fifth one. All 4 of the other ones, I never done a national band, but I had about that same amount of people, but everybody got the whole stage. And they were like, what's that mean? Like, we don't backline, we don't do nothing. Everybody gets the whole stage, and it was just fucking. I don't know if you've ever been out Frontier Ranch, but it's like a goddamn football stadium.
It's a
place,
stadium.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's amazing, So that's why I wanted to do it, and that's the way, I want all these gigs to go. I thought that the Saliva show did turn out really well. Saliva was really actually pretty cool and pretty classy for the most part, and besides, wanting that, that backline area that all nationals do, so they can come up here without a bunch of setup and a bunch of hallabaloo. I get that, everyone got what they wanted, and I think that's going to happen over here at Autograph and Saving Abel, maybe even more so because those are 2 relevant bands, and people underestimate how much people want to hear the original band say, "Turn up." It's like that's worth $20 in and of itself to see the original band who sold millions of these records, actually do that song in a very professional way, and they're on tour and they're kicking ass right now. So is Saving Abel, man. Really, actually, I've had a lot more interest even in Saving Abel than Autograph, and it's been strong for Autograph. But Saving Abel is like they're setting it up right now. They're really doing well for themselves. So great two-way like a co-headlining bill right there.
You had one. You had show cancellation that you wanted to make sure you got out there.
Yeah, I put a post out before I left today, guys. LA Guns rescheduling due to Phil having some health issues and doctor's orders, and when they said they wanted to reschedule this thing, I wasn't going to argue with them about it. I told them let's do it, and they said they're just really going to have to take a pass on this situation per their tour manager, who I was communicating with and seen in person today, and it just this one didn't work out. We're going to reschedule it, and we'll get them back there, and it'll hopefully maybe by the spring. I mean, you have to kind of catch them when they're on the routing and stuff, so it's not exactly an easy thing to say let's do this again next Wednesday. It's planned months in advance. So
right. I got a special treat for you guys, man. I got something world premiere from Organic Bandits tonight when we get ready to get out of the show here. We got about 20 minutes left. We got Douchebag Criminals. Siobhan has a really awesome Douchebag Criminal to close the night. We actually got 2 of them, and you're not going to believe the first one, man. It's fucking pathetic that we're going to do this. And some of the guys who are here live in the studio are going to be really like, I want to go home and try that. I have a feeling.
You ever seen those things where you see the monkey change into the human being walking? We're on our way back down there. We're de-evolutionizing, however we pronounce that. De-evolutionizing. Yeah, we're on our way back down. We're gonna be, what's that one movie that where the people were so stupid they watered their plants with Gatorade? The movie.
And we'll be right back after this. We're gonna get into this new stuff from Organic Bandits right here.
CTP Magazine World Premiere.
This is a public service announcement from the Organic Bandits. Shoot your local heroin dealer. Oh my God, what the fuck is happening again? Another soul turns to dust, and people lost a friend. The culprit's heroin, and the cycle is vicious. Family and friends are meeting to ends to help you with your sickness. This addiction has one mission: put the kids in the ditches. It's chemical warfare, the living victims witness. Lost so many loved ones, family and some friends. Only when we rise up and fight will we win. 'Cause this feeling grace fast through the present and the past. Heroin is the homegrown, why we sitting back? Letting it unfold, right before our eyes. Collecting up a mass so the many guys die.
coke and you found the heroin. When all we did was smoke, can I go there again? Mama's in recovery, my dad is still drinking. Trying to force this music thing and keep a shit from singing. And this feeling grace back to the present and the past. Heroin is the homegrown, why we're sitting back, letting it unfold right before our eyes. Collecting up a mass of souls, how many gotta die? Feeling grace back to the present and the past. Heroin is the homegrown, why we're sitting back, letting it unfold right before our eyes. Collecting up a mass of souls, how many gotta die? It's time to go rogue, vigilante on these dealers. Let them folks know that we don't fancy what they're dealing. Your feelings don't matter when the blood begins to splatter. Better quit that shitty chatter, bitch, and give me what I'm after. I come to bust your dope, give your cash to charity. Fuck your ass up, swell your eyes of clarity. Get it off the streets, eliminate the game. Playing Russian roulette, every day is the same. Keep feeling grace back to the present and the past. Heroin is the homegrown, why we're sitting back, letting it unfold right before our eyes. Collecting up a mass of souls, how many gotta die? Feeling grace back to the present and the past. Heroin is the homegrown, why we're sitting back, letting it unfold right before our eyes. Collecting up a mass of souls, how many gotta die? Feeling grace back to the present and the past. Heroin is the homegrown, while we're sitting back. Watching it unfold right before our eyes. Collecting up a mass of souls, how many gotta die?
And we're back
We're
with
back?
Organic Bandits.
I better put this thing away then.
Wow.
Yeah, he's like,
You're kidding, kidding.
He looked at me like I really had it out. Man.
Hide your children. Hide your children. Ricky Wolf's in the building.
Yeah, well, not children. Over 18's fine. Yeah.
Hey, so one of our viewers in the chat room wanted to know, oh yeah, Josh Dillard is like, is Rick drunk?
Are you drunk, Josh?
Why not? It's 4th of July.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Happy 4th, right?
Yeah, happy
wish-
4th.
You
I
guys
will be
are
drunk
like-
later for sure. But
Right.
not right now. Sorry, Josh.
I want to give a shout out to Monty Brown, Lincoln County Metalheads. Him and Roy,
Yeah.
man, holding it down on the metal
Them
scene.
guys are great, aren't they? I mean,
They are.
if you want to, look at guys at grassroots like you guys are doing it, and working in conjunction with each other, giving each other shout outs,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
competition. It's just fucking friendly. Familia love. I like your pitch on that. Those guys they walk it like they talk it. They're like you. You see them at the shows,
Mhm.
supporting the bands. And these guys are like, man, I help carry gear on stage.
Yeah.
They're just like that.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the kind of people you obviously want to associate yourself with. So, Roy and Monty, those are great guys. Great guys.
I want to also give a shout out to Columbus Botanical Depot, man, one of our sponsors, ZTP Magazine. Check out cbdhemphealth.com for more information to get all that stuff. And definitely, if you haven't had a chance, check out the website, the Facebook. And Joe is traveling all over the country, man, literally. And so we're going to be talking more about probably a CBD podcast, something that we can really give back to.
I've definitely got some questions.
Is that a legal
If they wanna do a
cannabinoid?
show.
Is that what that is?
Yes.
I've got some questions.
So,
Definitely.
so I'll actually hand out one of these to you there, Mr.
Okay.
Wolf.
Okay, thank you, man.
But what they're trying to really do, man, is trying to help chronic pain, migraines. It's basically how you do anything is how you do everything, and basically it breaks down what the balance is, what the goal of the balance is.
Sure.
Everything from health details to what you would even need. But truthfully, I just send everybody to see Joe because Joe's the man, and he's a walking, talking motherfucking encyclopedia.
Joe Brennan.
Yep.
Joe
Yep.
Brennan. Sounds good to me. I like
So
Joe.
make sure you check him out, and I'm gonna send you over to see him too, Josh. Make sure. So
Definitely.
Definitely, Joe.
I had a friend. I had a
for
friend
sure.
reach out from California. She ordered some stuff for her kid who had seizures, and she was going to the pain clinic, the Children's Mayo Clinic. Couldn't figure out what was going on. She started getting the sample packs from Joe from the website, and started seeing changes immediately. And
It really
the
does
seizures.
help a lot, and they've proven that there's so many uses. And if you would, have big, pharmaceutical companies pushing the kind of research and cheese into pot, as far as even just correct dosages, all that kind of thing, you could really, really dial this in, and it would be, much more organic and much more, natural, I guess, for lack of better words. And, to use.
Organic Bandits is a perfect chime into
Yeah.
that,
Right,
right?
right.
That's pretty awesome.
Name
man.
drop. I look over
Right.
and smile. Like,
Mic drop.
That's me. That's me. Ding.
So you guys
Love
got
it.
some
Great
some
plug.
shows coming up here real soon, right?
Dude, we got a show this Friday at Cincinnati.
Why don't you grab that microphone?
All right.
I'm so afraid of it.
It's because I'm not on stage.
Right?
But yeah, this Saturday. Yeah, this Saturday down in Cincinnati at the Mad Frog, we're playing with Best Believe. He's a dude signed to Kevin Gates. A lot of folks are on Kevin Gates right now, and we got a call from the promoter said, "Hey, we know you can draw a crowd. Will you help us out?" And absolutely, he's from Indiana. We're trying to build bridges, so why not?
Right.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's where it starts.
We have-
I'd say I try to arrange relationships that last a lifetime. That's what I try to do with these. Some people stick, some people don't. But the cream rises to the top on that situation. It really does.
Yeah.
We have anything between this? No, we don't have anything between this. After that show, we've got the Upchurch Redneck. We just rocked. a
How
sold-out
was
show.
that? So how
Man.
was that show with Upchurch, man?
It
I've
was
heard
awesome.
mixed
He's cool
reviews
as a
of how
fan.
he
He's
is.
a hype guy.
Yeah.
He's a
And
hype
he's
guy.
really
He gets
cool
in
as a
the crowd
fan.
and everything
Nice.
else.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a hype guy.
Here's how cool of a dude he is. We was at the venue. It was late. He was doing the meet and greet. The staff was ready to go. It was 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. Staffs were out. Everybody's ready to go. So they're kind of pushing him along to do the meet and greet a little quicker. He's like, all right, here's what we'll do to speed it up. He said, everybody's here. Y'all get to pick one piece of merch for free, and I'll sign it. That way we ain't got to worry about going through money.
Wow.
Wow.
Just because he wants to meet every one of his fans. But yeah, he's a really cool dude. And like I
You don't
said,
see that
Dayton,
too
Ohio,
often.
He seems like a keep it real kind of guy.
Yeah.
I've seen some of his videos. I don't know really much about his art or anything like that, but I've seen his videos, and he does seem like he's keeping redneck real.
Yeah.
Redneck Real.
But
That's
now,
exactly
if you're
it.
a
Yeah.
hip hop fan and you like, the construction of good hip hop lyrics, you can't knock the guy. You just really can't. But like I said, that was a sold out show. Odd Bodies used to be McGuffey's. It was fun, great times. Just us, Organic Bandits and Upchurch, nobody else on the bill. Then we're playing with him again at the Blue Note in Harrison, which is down by Cincinnati in Indiana.
Yeah.
V, you hit him up, organicbandits@gmail.com. He can get you tickets. He'll get you all of our CDs, stickers, shirts, dresses, beer steins, whatever you want. We've got it.
These guys are a serious band. I'm talking to
Hell
these guys.
yeah.
They got a lot of knowledge about the music business. They get it. This is I always give everyone the old quotations. Get it, because when you get it, it really it means you've thrown away egos. You've thrown away, you understand the business. You understand, there's give and take. If you're dealing with good people, sometimes you don't. But I used to get so mad, and it's like I just move on now. I seek people. I seek people like you guys out. That's what I do as a musician and as a guy who's trying to do promotions. The guys who are whiny and they get they get pissed because you tell them, hey, you can't take your cymbals off on stage. That shit's supposed to have been off. You can do all that stuff behind the curtain. Right
grab
now.
the stands and roll.
You get butthurt about that because grandma heard it. I can't work with you if those are the kind of things that are an issue. You want people who understand and they get it.
That's Ricky's closing note of the night. Right
I
there.
can't hold your hand and walk you through life.
Right. There you go.
Chasing dreams was easy. Everybody do it.
Yeah. Ricky Wolf, man, I know you're trying to get out of here,
Yeah,
man.
Thanks for
So,
having me, man. I appreciate it. Great to run into you guys. This guy had a couple of my early records, man, signed,
Right.
by me. I got a funny story though. We were out in that parking lot selling those CDs in Pittsburgh. I was telling you, we used to go out there. All those people out there tailgating. So I go, I got my backpack. I'm out there. I'm trying to sell them. He's like, man, we just bought one from you. And I was like, no, I haven't been over in this section. And he's like, dude, your signature's right here. Well, our roadie used to look a little bit like me, but he was like 6 inches shorter. But he looked a lot like me and much thinner. And he would go out and sell the CDs, too, because we would give him a piece of the action for selling them. And what was funny about it is that, he, so he thought because he'd say, yeah, I'm in the, they'd be like, oh, you're in the band? Yeah. You would get faster sales on it. So funny. I looked at that one to make sure that was actually my signature or whatever.
So I was about to ask. I was about to ask. I was looking at
really
you waiting to ask.
That's the punchline of that.
Like, is that
so funny?
Is that
Like,
yours
let's
or
see if I
his?
signed that or our old roadie Dave, rest in peace. He ended up passing on. So. Not from anything we did to him.
Well, I look forward to being able to promote more shows for
Thank
you,
you
good
for
sir.
your help.
And I can't wait to come out there August. And
August
I
4th.
put in my request to maybe interview the bands if they have time
If
for
I can
me.
get it hooked up, I'm definitely going to get it hooked up.
If not, at least I'm just going to
They
get a
were
photo,
very cool
man.
last time. The radio station came out too, the Big Lick from the area, and they were really cool about doing stuff with them. I think they're really ready. Most of these guys are still hungry enough to actually still want that exposure. So
Yeah.
I'll arrange it the day of.
Wow,
Cheers,
I
good
look
seeing
forward
you
to
guys.
We're gonna be back
And,
after this with
congrats on the baby
Douchebag
getting
Criminals.
Bigger and bigger. I'm
Oh
really happy
man,
for you guys.
yeah,
Absolutely.
thanks,
you
man.
can have a little tubby there before it's over with. Yeah.
You know, I told her she's gonna try out for 8-pound diaper, bro. All right, man, we'll be right back after this.
Every time I try to wash my hands of this shit, come back around. With that sweet temptation and the vibrations that bring me down.
It's been 3 weeks since I last felt the razor blade. A single culmination of all the choices that I've made. And it's that moment looking back into the mirror. And you don't recognize what's there. We won't be here for too long. Where has everybody gone? Are they all lost in the moment? Say tomorrow never comes. When it's all been said and done, will you be lost? It's been 3 years since I could step foot in my home. No welcome parties. We return to the familiar on our own. And it's that moment when you stop and take it in. And you're not quite sure how you got there. We won't be here for too long. Where has everybody gone?
Oh man,
I seen it.
Hey, we're back.
we're back.
We're back.
You know that dude, Ricky Wolf, is crazy.
That dude's a vet, though. He's been at this a long
He
time.
has. Yeah, he has.
I got
Oh,
a
dude.
CD from either him or
The roadie.
the
The
roadie
roadie.
signed at a show, and he's
It's-
the same guy from that show 10 years ago that he was sitting right here today.
Right.
With
Oh yeah.
so I mean, a lot of respect to him and everything else. Like that was cool.
Man, it's X Factor 1.
Yeah.
Right.
Become
Yeah.
the fuck on.
Right. A lot of people are like, I don't know who that is.
Have you been under a rock
like,
the last
what?
20 fucking
Right.
years?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I
if you're
support
from Ohio
local.
and you
I'm
support
Right.
like,
local
wait,
music,
what?
I mean,
Then you know who.
Oh, killing me,
There's
Smalls.
Cletus and Jeremiah.
Yep.
See, you guys, on my hat here, our logo, you see the man in handcuffs?
Yeah, yeah.
We named him Cletus in memory of my cousin that's gone now. He was a huge fan. He'd be actually a huge fan of this newer shit that's a little heavy, but, shout out to all the troops because he was in the 82nd Airborne. And, this Independence Day, we got to make sure we show
Happy
him a little
4th.
love.
Happy
Yes.
4th,
Happy
man.
Happy 4th.
You know, I put this show together, dude, and we talked about it, man, but I admit I didn't get a chance to create an event, dude. I was
You
busy.
set it up quick. You talk about how I get
Punch
demo
through it.
songs to you in like a day. You were like, hey, 2 days later, it's like we're doing a show, July 4th. Get
Yeah.
ready. Okay. Like, that didn't take long to set up, buddy.
I had
Like,
to ask the wife, I said, we in town?
yeah.
My son plays baseball all over, so
Oh,
I didn't-
yeah.
actually, he was in Kentucky all weekend playing baseball. I didn't get to go. My mom stole my truck, but
I love that.
I love it. I love it.
My mom
I
stole my
like
truck.
being able to say because it's true. It's not made up at all, but it's not as bad as it sounds. But it is true.
It is pretty true. So we got 2 stories that we use, and they're called Douchebag Criminals. And we do them every week, and we want to. Ricky Wolf had to bounce, so
Yeah,
we
he
were
had
gonna.
places to be.
He was definitely in a mission. Like he was like, I got some place to be, so he had a jet. So it's gonna be Organic Bandits hanging out for Douchebag Criminals. And the music Familia, obviously, hanging out in the chat room. I want to give a shout out to everybody. Teresa Earhart out there. And
Absolutely.
Mama
Stacy.
T right there.
Absolutely.
Monty Brown, Lincoln County Metalheads. Want to give a shout out to you, Photo Nation AP, Rocky X TV, and Mrs. Rocky X, who's probably listening right along with him. Want to give a shout out to her as well. And Siobhan, you've done hella good working on the show the last few weeks in a row. So, I'm gonna give you a raise of like $0.
Oh, gee, I feel so
Zero.
special.
That's a big percentage.
But it's a big,
Damn, that's a whole lot of nothing.
You
Yeah.
got some of it left, though.
I know, right?
Right. We got some change left over.
Right.
We're gonna use that for Douchebag Criminals right now, as a matter of fact. And so, what are the 2 Douchebag Criminals that we have this evening?
So the first douchebag criminal of the night is actually the city of New York, specifically the MTA.
Yeah, those cheapskate fuckers.
Yeah.
Where's
So
that
we have a picture here, and so
There's the picture.
apparently zip ties are now appropriate parts to use on the 7 train. Yeah.
You ever been to
so
Clinton County?
Yeah.
That shit works all the time. But yeah, I don't know about a 7 train, but a pickup truck, yeah, it's good.
right? Yeah, so there was a woman that was getting on the 7 train, and she looked down and she happened to realize that there was a zip tie holding it together. So she took a picture and put it up on Twitter and says, zip ties used on undercarriage of the number 7 train. Is this standard? How often are these checked for wear and tear?
Holy
so
shit.
with that, of course, MTA had to, explain themselves,
Of
basically.
course, there's
yeah.
an investigation.
Yeah. So an MTA spokeswoman says that the zip tie was being used as a temporary fastener to attach a cable to a new R186 car while a special part is being made. She added that the cable is attached another way and the zip tie is just a backup. The ties are a backup way of securing a cable on a subway car. It's used in conjunction with other fasteners.
It's also
Do you want to chime
good-
in on this one, or do you want me to on
No,
this one?
wait, she
Because-
goes on. It's 100% safe and only used on some
Absolutely.
cars on the number 7. We have
Some
a
of 'em.
specific.
We
right,
only
some.
have 30.
Some, just some of 'em.
We only
Right.
have 30 people
We
on
have-
on the train, and I want to know which one of you is a terrorist, which one of you has the strap cutters.
We have
Who's got the
a.
fucking dikes in their fucking pocket gonna
Yeah.
cut the zip tie?
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna derail this bitch. Don't fuck with me.
Yeah, so she further says, we have a specifically designed bracket that is being engineered and set to be installed in the next few weeks.
That blows my mind. She
Yeah.
actually said that. Like,
Yeah.
Rocky
Yeah.
She had to have
XTV.
just read it because
Rocky
there's no way that
XTV.
a normal-brained person.
Rocky got?
The other
would
fastener
say
is
that,
duct
like,
tape.
That's right.
Right.
You can't duck it. Fuck it.
The other fastener
Yeah.
is the zip tie, but we're ordering. Actually, a special part is being designed right now.
So it looks like you
by-
found one for $1, motherfucker.
Right. Dollar store, I can get 12 of them for $1.
I think what really at the end of the day what happened
they're
is
cutting costs.
like they're cutting
They're
costs.
cutting costs. I mean,
and
There
if-
goes their bonus.
too many man hours.
They got the idea from all the people they're deporting, probably. Like, well, if we can get this to hold hands, then we can hold trains. This'll work.
Have
Let's
you
do it.
not
guys
funny.
seen
That's
the
not
trains
funny.
of 7 cars all
I've
tied
been
together going
zip-tied
down the
before. That
interstate
ain't
that just
funny.
say in tow on them?
It is
Hold my
funny,
Red
but it
Bull.
ain't.
Watch
I
this.
mean,
Coming to a trail yard.
The fact that
train
the
yard
zip
near
tie
you.
works just as good as the special designed.
how much
Part.
is this engineer getting paid to design something that replaces a zip tie?
Right?
I'm just saying.
That's a good
How
point.
much fucking money is this engineer gonna make to design something that the zip tie's taken care
I
of?
don't know, but after
What about your second douchebag
Yeah,
criminal?
this-
Yes,
Here's
so
number two.
the
This
the
bitch.
number 2 douchebag criminal of the night is a punk rock ISIS widow who's crying and wants to go home.
How punk rock is that, you fucking sissy?
So
a punk rock
yeah,
ISIS
so
terrorist.
ISIS widow Sally Jones desperately wants to return home to the UK, but she can't because leaders of the terror group won't let her go, according to a new report. She married her ISIS hubby, Jadon Hussein, and became part of a top...
Saddam Hussein.
This has gotta be a fucking joke. You got to.
I'm
a
dead serious.
stereotype.
I'm dead
That's
serious.
a stereotype.
So Jones
just
became
saying
a
that.
top terror recruiter in Syria and was implicated in 2 plots to kill innocent Americans. As a couple, her and her husband were dubbed Mr. and Mrs. Terror. But since her husband was killed by a U.S. drone in 2015, she's been hiding out in the hopes that one day she'd
Now she's
return
Miss
to
Terrified.
Kent, England.
Yeah.
Right. So she was crying and wants to go back to Britain but ISIS is preventing her because she's now a military wife. Another military wife said that she wishes to go home to her country. She lost her husband in a battle last year. She has 1 boy.
So Mr.
and-
Terror's dead.
Yes,
Okay.
Mr. Terror is
Okay,
dead.
well,
So
you know.
her child, who is
America.
a 12-year-old boy, is believed
America.
to be a child
Yes, I
fighter
did.
who is carrying out executions, by the
He's
way.
Little terror.
Yes. So
Terror tot.
before she became a
A
terrorist,
little
though,
terror tot. Oh,
that's
for
good. I like that.
$39.95, you can have a terror tot delivered to your home. Anthrax free.
One vest fits all.
That is just
One
wrong.
vest.
So
Oh shit.
yeah. So before Jones became a
There
terrorist,
goes my
though-
ratings. Jesus.
Before she became a terrorist, though, she was
Does she put that down as her profession on the W-2?
Terrorist.
Like,
I got $100 grand from the jihadists.
you know, like, yeah. ISIS is taking care of me. I want to go home, but they won't let me. I'm going to cry about
I don't
it.
want to be a bad guy no more.
I don't want to make tell.
Oh boy.
yeah. So before,
Keep crying. Keep
This
crying,
skilly
Sandra
sit over
D.
here.
Keep crying, Sandra D.
yeah. So
Cry your ass out, bitch.
oh, she was a guitarist in an all-girl punk rock band called Crunch before she became a terrorist.
This is a
So,
publicity stunt.
I mean,
How'd
possibly.
that work out for you, stupid? Now you're stuck.
Sandy Jones. Sandy
Your
Jones.
band's gonna go get famous, and you're gonna get fucked by a goat.
Oh man. So we're hanging out here with Organic
What he
Bandits.
said.
We're getting ready to close the show, man. You guys, thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us live, man.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you guys, man. Thank
Shout
you
out to
guys.
the rest of the bandits, Brandon,
we
Nate,
got-
Chad. We love
got,
you guys.
you know,
I hope you had
yeah.
practice tonight.
We
Chad,
we got some
Brandon,
actual
all of
catching
you.
up to do, man. We've
Whole town of Sabina.
been show prepping the
County,
whole
we're
day, so
Yep.
now we can actually hang out and chill out.
I
But
can't. I gotta drive an hour and a half home. I gotta be on a job site at
That's true.
7 in the
yeah,
morning.
man, you got a long drive. But thank you guys for coming in, man. Thank you guys for doing what you do as artists and musicians. And join us Thursday. We got a brand new show this Thursday. Epically awesome. 8 p.m. live YouTube. AntmanVs. Siobhan.
I'll be there.
Make sure you guys
I'll
check
be
in.
there.
I'll be there.
I'll be
Siobhan,
there.
it was good to see you.
You too.
You all right?
I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you good?
I'm good.
You look a little fried after having Ricky up in here for a while. Everybody looks a little burned out. He wore us out.
That guy's full go.
The guy with the 3 sex dolls is still in my head. Like, I want to see what his wife
I still
looks
say
like.
we get a collection going.
You know,
get via
that's the
sex
one
doll.
picture they didn't have is what
We
his
need to
wife
see
looked
that.
like.
We need to see
So,
that.
yeah, I'll see what I can find.
Probably just like him.
Yes.
All right, guys. I'm out the door. See you guys next
OB.
week.